Guys, I'm so triggered right now. I just canceled my dentist appointment because I just learned on TikTok that if you really think about it, like all dental work focuses on is getting straighter and whiter teeth. Like, it's literally disgusting. It's literally rooted in racism. Like, I can't. Like, guys, if we thought Sydney Sweeney was promoting eugenics, I don't think we have any idea how Nazi our dentists are. And then I called them, and they hit me with a microaggression right away. And they were like, it's just a checkup. And I was like, oh my God, my anxiety's on fleek right now. Like, this is the last thing that I needed. Like, dental health is not good for your mental health. Okay, there, I said it. Dental the mental. Honestly, the only good advice I've ever received from my dentist is to take some Tylenol when my tooth hurt. Anyways, my friends, stay tuned for tomorrow because I'm going to teach you how we can boycott bananas to peel back the patriarchy. Okay, my babes, love you. Bye.
And this is exactly how they all act. They're offended by everything, they're triggered by everything, and everything that disagrees with them is bigotry or some sort of hatred.
She realizes she's wrong about Trump.
We're afraid that we're losing our democracy and that it's really just going the wrong way.
But how does that make him a dictator or want to be a dictator?
Well, because he's taken away rights of people that I don't think he should be. I mean,
What rights are he taking away?
Well, you know, I do believe that we've seen a lot of racism now. And
No, what rights is he taking away?
well, the right to... Hey, mother.
What? No. Oh, you can't phone a friend this time.
Can I phone a friend?
I hope to God that I never get to the age of this woman where I do not even know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I hate someone not knowing why I hate that person. I really do not want to become this stupid when I get that old. Please do not make me become that stupid.
The man dating the trans woman is dating someone who appears as a woman. And if you engage in coitus with that person, that would be a homosexual act. I agree. But doing a homosexual act doesn't necessarily make you homosexual.
Oh, dude, it totally makes you gay. So being gay is when you like men.
Yeah,
and trans women are men.
Yeah, I agree with you. But I'm a straight guy, right? If I go up and kiss you on the lips, hypothetically, I'm not going to do that, but I would still be a straight guy even if I were to do that.
No, that's gay.
It is gay, yes, but I would be a straight man engaging in a gay act.
No, that would make you at least bisexual.
Well, you can infer that someone would be bisexual. If
I would infer that you like men from that.
The reason why that man is dating that trans woman is because the man is appearing as a woman and is putting on a costume as a woman. That's what a trans woman is, technically. And sexuality is based on your attraction, not necessarily your actions, but technically...
Right, and you're attracted to a man.
You're attracted to a man, but the reason you're attracted to the man is because they're appearing as a woman. If that
they don't appear as women most of the time, though.
Sometimes, well, okay.
Yes, you heard him right. Doing a homosexual act does not make you homosexual. I would ask him then, what does make you homosexual if not doing the act makes you homosexual? But then understanding that there's stupid people, I know I will receive another stupid answer. I really didn't want to comment on this, but the stupidity was hurting me.
So what magically happens in the birth canal for you to be able to say that 30 seconds after birth that baby has rights and 30 seconds before birth they don't?
Sorry?
What magically happens?
When a woman is pregnant, she's the priority. She hasn't had the baby yet.
Mm-hmm. But you just told me that 30 seconds after birth it would be wrong for her to kill a child, but 30 seconds before birth she could. Why is it murder after birth and abortion before birth?
Because that's what abortion is. Abortion happens when the baby is still inside.
So abortion is killing the baby when they're still inside.
Let's not say killing, because it's a termination of the pregnancy for a reason.
These are 79 healthy babies who have had their hearts injected with poison, so they have this excruciating pain that comes from the poison, right? And then the baby dies in utero. They give the mother labour-inducing drugs, and it brings on labour early, and she delivers her baby vaginally and dead. That's what you're fighting for.
Absolutely.
It's the same thing over and over with these people, and the same thing happens in history time and time again. Dehumanize humans so that I can do what I want with these people that I have dehumanized, and so that I don't have to suffer the consequences of dehumanizing these people. Before we get back into the video, if you guys have enjoyed the video thus far, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and hit the bell so that you're notified when a video comes out, and let us get back into the video.
Why are you dressed this way taking pictures of people?
I'm wearing blue jeans and a t-shirt. Do you want me to be naked? Like, what am I supposed to do here?
That would be great.
What would be your approval of how I can dress and hold a camera at the same time?
Well, maybe,
No, tell me.
Maybe somewhere where you.
Why do you say things that you can't finish a thought on?
See, you're intimidating.
You said my clothes. What would I wear differently to make it okay for me to also have a camera in my hand?
I don't know. Maybe, I don't know, costume?
Costume?
Yeah. Maybe you had a costume out.
You
here
want me
that
to dress like
were-
Snoopy?
Sure. Wouldn't that be great? I
No.
mean, people might.
Why
be
don't you wear a
little
costume?
You know.
I don't care about people's feelings. I'm out here doing what I need to do.
Exactly.
It doesn't affect them. 100 people have driven by since you've started talking to us,
I know, and
they don't care.
You guys don't get to take pictures of them.
I'll get them on the way out. They don't care. You're the first person in over an hour and a half that has stopped us to ask
I'm
questions.
glad that I stopped.
Okay, that tells a lot more about you than the 1,400 people
Yeah,
that
I
have
hope
come in
it
here.
does. I hope
Okay.
it says a lot about me.
It absolutely does.
Yeah. You don't have much to say. Huh? You don't have much to say. What's going on with you?
I want to talk to you. You're just over here interrupting us and being a nosy Karen. I don't know why you gotta be like that.
I don't know why you got to have all this stuff going on.
It's none of your business. Just like why you're wearing those shoes is none of your business.
Why are you wearing all Nike? That's intimidating, actually. And you're
Huh,
wearing blue.
and you're wearing black
That's.
boots.
I'm wearing cowboy boots. Is that a problem now? Are you racist against cowboys?
Yes, I am.
Okay, that's a weird one.
Yeah, my whole
That's a
family
different
is
one.
farmers, but yeah.
Okay.
I'm
So I'm not allowed to wear boots though because I'm holding the camera?
Right.
You would think she'd be intelligent enough to ask her the same question, why are you dressed the way you are taking pictures of people, but for some reason they don't ask the question towards themselves because all of a sudden they like to record people and dress whatever way they're dressing. Make it make sense.
How many years do you think the world has left if we don't get climate change under control?
I think it said 7 or 6 years left.
6 years.
Something around that. I'm not positive, don't quote me on that, but I think it's around that, yeah.
Do you think it's 6 years? Do you think that's kind of extreme, or do you think that we're really on that track right now?
I think we're really on that track. I think
6 years and we're done.
Yeah, I don't think there's much left.
There you go, I fixed it. Now you don't have to worry about it slipping anymore. Do you women go to your closets and think, how legally naked can I dress in public today? The average young woman in 2025 dresses more immodestly than an 1800s prostitute. Why don't you call your father and apologize? That's so tough.
Where do you see king-like behavior from him?
It's more dictatorship than king.
Okay. Where do you see dictatorship-like behavior?
I'm not going to fall for that. This is a debated question, but no.
You said that he's acting like a dictator, right?
He wants to be elected for a third term. FDR knew the danger behind that.
Is that the only thing you're
FDR fought
protesting
Nazis,
today?
And my grandfathers had the luxury of fighting Nazis, and I never thought that I'd have that same privilege. So it's where we are in America.
Yeah. Do you believe you're fighting Nazis today?
I believe that they exist, and Donald Trump and his cronies, they don't denounce them.
Yes, they do.
Okay.
He has literally said, I fully denounce Nazis and white supremacists.
Good folks on both sides.
We are still going on about this. Wow, there is so there's so much information.
As long as he's doing his thing, yeah, of course.
Okay, so where do you see that he wants to be a dictator besides joking about 2028?
Not going into that with you, darling.
That's the only proof you have?
It's not proof necessarily, no.
I know it's not proof, so I gave you a little
so
credit saying that.
These days, so I'm not gonna go into that with you, darling.
Yeah, him saying he's not gonna fall for that is basically him saying, you actually asked me a very good question that I don't have the answer to, so I'm gonna lie to you and say I'm not gonna fall for a basic question instead of answering the question because I don't have an answer to the question, and I'm just here like the puppet I am, doing what I do because I'm a brainwashed idiot.
For real, how do 4 equal 8 but 5 equal 10 though? I've been asking this shit since I was a little girl, and it get me mad every time I ask this. Like, how do it equivalate?
Hey friends! Today we're going to talk about something super important. What it means to be
transgender.
Not interested, sir. Today we're going to talk about transformers. The transformer included in the package provides a convenient and reliable power supply for the sign. Our transformer has C and UL certification with no flickering or dead lights. That's good transformers. If you need a sign, check out the link in our bio for a free quote. Remember to follow LC Sign.
She runs away after lying.
Have they arrested and deported any American citizens?
Doesn't matter.
They have? Oh, they've deported. Which one? Which one? Which one?
Americans, you dumb.
Which one?
Yeah,
Which one? Oh, yeah, look it up. Look it up.
Oh yeah, there's so many. It's everywhere, you idiot.
Oh my God! They're arresting Americans everywhere. All the Americans. Hi, Joe kids. Hi, Joe wives. They're arresting all the Americans out here. Are you going to tell me what American citizens have been arrested and deported by ICE?
I saw you attacking people, saying people didn't know what a term of a Nazi. Everybody. Have you not?
Practically everybody.
Have you not seen videos? What's the term of a Nazi?
Okay, just look it up. You got your phone. I'm letting you use your phone.
What's the term of a Nazi? Do you know what
To be clear, we can't find any names.
I haven't looked it up, stupid.
How long does it take you?
We are back, ma'am.
It's hard when you're freaking copying me, isn't it, huh?
All right, so she's gonna hide back there because she can't answer the question. She's got her. She could answer the question. She could Google it. I've given her. How many more minutes do you need? All right, so you haven't found a U.S. citizen. You've been able to Google for 10 minutes now, and you haven't been able to find a U.S. citizen. You haven't been able to find a single one in 10 minutes now. Okay, so you said Abrego Garcia as well, okay? Who is a citizen of El Salvador.
Out of my face.
I'm not in your face.
Yeah, you're so
She seems very loving.
How did he incite school shootings, if I may ask?
Well, I do believe he was a hooked liar. Something about crisis actors. There's a lot of language around mass shootings being...
Hold on. Tell me when Charlie Kirk ever condoned a school shooting.
As I have mentioned earlier, I do not know exactly when.
So why are you bringing it up? Why are you bringing it up when you don't know?
I know for a fact that he has gone on record to at least promote this kind of ideology.
What ideology?
Well, okay, but that... Again, I still need to set up a lot of my points. Yeah, sure, if you have things to say. I still need to set up my points, and so you're going to have to let me talk for 5 minutes straight. But if you'd like to say something now, you can.
He didn't directly support school shootings. However, he did indirectly incite violence by saying negative things about other people, other groups of people, even when they're not being violent, by encouraging rhetoric that, oh, we should hurt them, oh, we should take them out, oh, we should get rid of them, we should kick them out of the country.
How does that condone a school shooting?
If you don't denounce school shootings, then you're condoning school shootings.
I just want to say, every school shooting, he has sent his thoughts and prayers and condemned it, says completely wrong.
If you look at his eyes, you can tell that he's lying.
The only real difference between marriage and prostitution is the price and the duration of the contract.
We can fight for family abolition, we can imagine family abolition because we have seen Black women do it, because we have seen these indigenous communities do it.
But to me it is the institution of marriage can only exist alongside the criminalization of sex workers.
Children whose parents are unable to provide either housing, food, or safety are treated as if they have committed a crime. So kids themselves are treated as if they have committed a crime if they're not born into a family that can support them.
In addition to abolition of family policing, you argue for abolition of the family in general. And say that the institution of the family acts as part of the carceral system in the way that it reinforces children as property.
I think the left is constantly surprised at how few people are, ready for revolt, despite, the extremely dire conditions that we are in that keep becoming more and more dire every day.
Marriage is prostitution. I can see why they're wearing masks.
I began using hormones this year in February, and I actually relinquished that information to her about, name change, and it says female on my ID and hormones, and I'm registered as a female with the gym.
And so, look, from her perspective, I'm just wondering if you see her perspective. She's saying that she's looking at you, say, in a towel, and you still have male genitalia, and, you may be transitioning, but could you understand her being uncomfortable?
Well, I certainly do not understand it, but I do get the notion of the fear-mongering that she's perpetuating. The truth in the moment is far from what she is purporting it to be. Literally every time that she's done that, I've had women in the locker room comforting me because of how aggressive she was towards me. I feel like this had to happen in order for people to learn about trans. It's like it's a thing. We're here. We're going anywhere. We've been here for thousands of years. There's like 10 species of animals on Earth that do this too, just by the way, everybody. And
another day of being a white woman. It's good to be a white woman.
Trump's the fascist dictator, and how so?
Are you kidding me? He's taking away all of our rights. Freedom of speech, freedom to protest. He's disappearing people off the streets in America.
Is he going to come? You guys are protesting right now. Is he going to come sweep this up, you think?
He could.
It looks like you have the freedom to protest right now today.
Well, for right now I do. Knock on wood.
This was a fascist dictatorship. Do you think this could happen?
Have you seen the news headlines about people disappearing off the streets? Being kidnapped?
Being arrested by ICE?
No, kidnapped. Arrest is when you have due process. They're kidnapped.
People who came to this country illegally have a different level of due process than American citizens do. So like Obama, for instance, arrested 3 million people with ICE and deported them, right?
No.
You did. Okay, last question for you. It's the middle of the day on a Wednesday today. Do you guys have jobs?
It's none of your business.
I'm just curious because it's a work day, right?
Yes.
Is this your job?
No.
No?
I took a day off work so that I could do this.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much.
Freedom of speech, freedom to protest, all while she's using her speech and all while she's protesting, yet Donald Trump is taking that away from them. Do these people seriously hear themselves speak? He's been president previously and you still have your free speech, and now he's president again and you still have your free speech, yet he's taking this free speech away from you and your freedom to protest away from you. You're stupid.
If the details of complications post-vaginoplasty surgery make you uncomfortable, it's time to scroll on. I underwent peritoneal vaginoplasty surgery back in September 2024 and seem to be having a pretty complication-free recovery until about August of this year. By that point, I'd reduced dilations back to once every couple of days, and maybe we can leave this up to the imagination how it might have happened, but I suddenly became quite sore every time that I did have to dilate. This was accompanied by bleeding, which was a little concerning as I hadn't been bleeding for a couple of months before this, as well as some really quite bad smelling discharge. I did actually get quite anxious about the whole thing and ended up contacting my GP about 10 days after this all started occurring. They did ask me to come in and I did a swab test on myself, which they then sent off to check for any potential infections. I was also in touch with my surgeon, who told me that sometimes trapped blood can be the cause of quite foul smelling discharge, and that my symptoms weren't completely unusual for someone along the recovery as far as myself. Even around a month later, it was still really uncomfortable, like I was tearing open a fresh wound every time I had to dilate. At this point I was a bit worried that I might have given myself a fistula, or that it was potentially hypergranulation maybe, and this was all in the run-up to my video shoot in Turkey, which put even more pressure on the situation. I did actually manage to get an in-person appointment with my GP on my return, and they tried to reassure me as best they could that there were no complications, but it didn't leave me all too reassured as they weren't actually able to tell me what was going on. We are now another month on, and you'll be relieved to know that I'm no longer experiencing any of these symptoms. No more blood, no more discharge, and no more discomfort. I am so glad that everything's settled down, as it was really scary in the moment. But if anything, it's taught me that I've just got to be a little bit more careful and gentle with myself in the future.
Okay, we are cooked. Yeah, we are absolutely cooked, chat. GG.
What I eat in a day, ARVID edition. Today is another struggle day, so that means we supplement. I'm starting off with a protein shake. If y'all have never heard of clear protein, it is literally life-changing. I like to add a little bit of citric acid to make it extra sour, then add some ice, and that's breakfast. Next up is going to be my vitamins, and I'm going to weigh this out because everyone kept telling me I was doing way too much of this. And yeah, I might have been doing a little bit too much. But that's okay. You live and you learn sometimes. Let's go. Solid food was like a hard pass until like 7 o'clock, so let's make dinner. Starting off with some Barilla Protein Rotini, also known as Proteini. This is the cheese powder I'm using, and I'm going to have that with some Impossible vegetarian chicken strips. I remembered I had this big-ass bag of broccoli in my freezer, so I'm going to pick out my favorite pieces. I throw it in with my noodles at the last few minutes, and then I add some butter, salt, a ton of pepper, and some ranch powder, and call it a day. For the dipping sauces, I'm doing sugar-free honey mustard and sugar-free barbecue sauce. If you're struggling to eat today, just know I love you, and you are not alone.
And just to let you all know, this person, according to the group of inclusivity and love, will consider this person a healthy person and a person that represents people. This is promoted in our society today, just like all the other mental illnesses promoted in our society.
I was just in the women's room at a cheesecake factory, and when I walked in, there was this little girl, like 3 years old, tops. She was standing there alone, I assumed waiting for her parent who was in the stall. And all the stalls were full, so like I couldn't go in, I just had to wait. And it was me and this little girl and no one else. And she kind of looked at me like, and, you know, I just like nodded my head and didn't look at her. I was like, you know, it's kind of awkward. And it occurred to me that when the parent, who I don't know, leaves the stall, exits their stall and sees me, a trans person, and their little 3-year-old daughter, that they might make an assumption based on untrue things that they've heard, an assumption that could be very dangerous for me, unsafe for me. So instead of waiting for that to potentially happen, I left the bathroom and decided I didn't need to pee that bad. Trans people go through this thought process any time they're in a bathroom, and it's not okay. And it's important to talk about because it happens all the time.
This guy likes to talk a lot about how he was in the women's room. It's really weird, and yeah, he really should just stay off social media and maybe just be a normal person.
So happy to know, first of all, that I had a kid who got to live her dream that I didn't get to live. It took me 45 years from looking in that mirror at age 4 to coming out at age 49. It's too darn long. I don't care if we don't know each other. I hope that you're safe. I hope that your family is safe. And I'm here for you if I can help.
You have to be a weird human being to be a person like this. And they're saying that they're not grooming children and they're just allowing children to express themselves, yet they're allowing children around men like this. We live in such crazy times where this is considered normal behavior and this is just a person expressing themselves, or this is just a person being who they are apparently, while changing everything about themselves and actually not accepting who they truly are, which is a man.